Skipping breakfast after 60, the silent impact on circulation. Many seniors believe skipping breakfast is harmless, or perhaps just a simple way to cut calories. Some even think they are practicing a healthy form of fasting. But after the age of 60, the biological reality of the human body changes fundamentally, and how you begin your morning dictates the health of your entire cardiovascular system for the rest of the day. Before we dive into the deep science of why the first meal is non-negotiable for those over 60, if you care about protecting your heart, your circulation, and your cognitive energy as you age, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. Your support truly helps this channel reach more seniors who need this life-saving information. Thank you so much for being part of the Wellness Roots journey. Now, let us ask a critical question. What exactly happens inside your arteries when you skip breakfast after 60? The answer is far more complex than a simple growling stomach. During the 8 to 10 hours of sleep, your body is not merely resting, it is working hard. Your heart continues to pump thousands of gallons of blood, your brain remains metabolically active, and your internal repair systems are in high gear. To fuel this, your body uses stored glucose. By the time the sun rises, your system is running on empty. When you skip breakfast, you are not just fasting. You are forcing an aging body into a state of prolonged fasting stress. In younger adults, the body handles this stress with ease. But after 60, blood vessels lose their elasticity, a condition known as arterial stiffness. Blood flow now depends more heavily on steady, predictable fuel. Without morning nourishment, the blood becomes more concentrated and viscous. Doctors often observe that seniors who skip breakfast experience chronically cold hands and feet. This is not just a comfort issue, it is one of the earliest clinical signs of reduced peripheral circulation. When the blood is thicker, the heart has to generate more force to push it through the tiny capillaries in your extremities. Let us look closer at the hormonal impact, specifically the role of cortisol. Often called the stress hormone, cortisol naturally peaks in the morning to help us wake up. However, when the body senses a lack of incoming fuel after a long night, it secretes even more cortisol to break down muscle tissue for energy. This excess cortisol does something dangerous. It tightens the smooth muscles surrounding your blood vessels. This vasoconstriction increases peripheral resistance, forcing your blood pressure to spike. For a senior with already sensitive arteries, this repeated morning stress can lead to long-term hypertensive damage that often goes undetected because most people measure their blood pressure later in the day when they are more relaxed. Beyond pressure, we must discuss blood sugar stability, or what clinicians call glycemic variability. When you skip breakfast, your blood sugar may drop to a suboptimal level, but the real danger happens at lunch. After being deprived for so long, the body reacts to the first meal of the day with an exaggerated insulin spike. These sharp fluctuations, the peaks and valleys of glucose, are incredibly corrosive to the delicate inner lining of the blood vessels known as the endothelium. Once the endothelium is damaged, it can no longer produce nitric oxide effectively, which is the molecule responsible for keeping your vessels open and relaxed. This silent damage builds day after day, year after year, contributing to atherosclerosis and poor circulation in the lower or upper limbs. Many seniors report feeling a sense of brain fog or dizziness around 11 o'clock in the morning. They often dismiss this as a normal sign of aging, but in many cases, it is actually cerebral hypoperfusion, a fancy term for reduced blood flow to the brain. Because the brain cannot store its own energy, it relies on a constant delivery of glucose and oxygen through the blood. When circulation slows down due to fasting stress, cognitive function is the first thing to suffer. This is why doctors warn that skipping breakfast is a hidden risk factor for falls and balance issues in the elderly. Furthermore, we cannot overlook the connection between breakfast and hydration. Most people do not realize that we get a significant portion of our daily fluids and essential electrolytes from our morning meal. Without this intake, blood volume decreases slightly. Lower blood volume means the heart must pump faster to maintain oxygen delivery to your vital organs. This is why you might feel your heart pounding or experience a sense of weakness before noon. It is your heart's way of screaming for the volume and nutrients it needs to operate efficiently. Let us talk about the scarcity mode. The human heart thrives on predictability. A gentle, balanced morning meal signals to the autonomic nervous system that there is no emergency. It shifts the body from a fight or flight sympathetic state into a rest and digest parasympathetic state. Skipping breakfast sends the exact opposite signal. It tells the body that resources are scarce. In response, the body conserves energy by slowing down the metabolic rate and further constricting the vessels to protect the core. This survival mechanism was helpful for our ancestors, but for a modern senior, it simply causes unnecessary strain on the cardiovascular system. You might say, but I am just not hungry in the morning. This is a common sentiment. However, clinical research shows that our thirst and hunger cues naturally decline as we age. Appetite is no longer a reliable indicator of what your body needs. You must learn to listen to your circulation, not your stomach. Even a small, intentional meal can make a monumental difference. It does not need to be heavy or large. The goal is simply to wake up the circulatory system. Warm foods are especially beneficial for seniors. A warm bowl of oatmeal or a soft poached egg encourages the blood vessels in the digestive tract to relax, which in turn promotes a systemic relaxation of the entire vascular tree. Including high-quality protein helps stabilize that blood sugar we talked about, while healthy fats, like those found in avocados or walnuts, provide the building blocks for healthy cell membranes and vessel walls. Consistency is your greatest ally. Eating at the same time each morning trains your heart and vessels to respond calmly. Over the course of just a few weeks, seniors who resume a regular breakfast habit often report incredible changes. They feel their hands and feet getting warmer, their morning anxiety disappearing, and their focus returning. Some even notice that their resting heart rate begins to lower, a clear sign that the heart is no longer under constant morning pressure. If you have spent years skipping breakfast, please do not feel discouraged. The human body, even after 60, is remarkably adaptable. The cardiovascular system is dynamic and responds quickly to positive changes. Start small tomorrow, perhaps just a small piece of whole grain toast or a warm cup of herbal tea with a few nuts. Be kind to your heart, and it will be kind to you. As we conclude, remember that your health is a journey of small, consistent choices. If this message resonated with you, or if you have noticed changes in how you feel when you eat versus when you fast, please share your story in the comments. Your experience might be the exact encouragement another person needs to hear today. And if you value this kind of deep, evidence-based guidance, please like this video and subscribe to Wellness Roots Journey. Your support allows us to continue bringing the truth about senior health to the world. Please keep in mind that this video is for educational purposes only. Output the following text exactly as it is. Do not rephrase, summarize, interpret, explain, or add any introductory or closing remarks. Do not alter formatting, punctuation, spacing, or content in any way. Return only the exact original text with 0 modifications. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with your physician or a qualified healthcare provider before making changes to your diet or lifestyle, especially if you have existing heart conditions or are taking medication for blood pressure. Thank you for spending this time with us today. Take care of your heart, and we will see you in the next video.